Hello and welcome to the third stage of the 2019 Hyundai Archery World Cup. We're on the sidelines of the Antalya Archery Field. I'm Chris and I'm here with Brady and Toja Ellison.
Hi.
Hello guys.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Perfect.
Cool. You've just finished shooting, Toja.
Yeah.
How's it gone today?
It was good.
Yeah?
Good. Yeah, I won my match. Like, ready for tomorrow.
Early
Shot
days.
Yeah. It's okay.
And what about you, Brady? How's your tournament going?
Good so far. Didn't shoot quite how I wanted in the ranking round. We had good weather that second half. I was just trying too hard to go shoot a big score. Still ended up okay, but it is what it is. Kind of a sleepless night last night.
Why?
Well, Toja likes to talk when she sleeps.
Not everybody needs to know that.
And last night, she talked all night long, nonstop.
What was she talking about?
So we're going to renew our vows and have our wedding because we just got married in the courthouse.
Yeah.
So we could get her green card going and stuff. And so we're looking at wedding dresses.
Wow.
Well, she is. I'm not allowed
And she's
to see
dreaming
it.
about them as well.
Yes. And she sits up in bed. She pulls the cover up over, her shirt, and she's sitting there and she goes, "I'm so pretty. Look, it's so pretty. I like this one. It looks so good. Don't I look good? I'm so pretty."
Thanks, babe.
Well, if you can make the wedding dress out of bedclothes, then you're gonna get a cheaper one.
Yeah, absolutely no clue.
No, it was a
pretty
dream.
funny. Yeah.
I probably had the most expensive one on.
Yeah, it was
Fingers
funny.
crossed not.
Yeah, and then she wanted to go swim with sharks, and yeah,
That's quite an eclectic night's sleep there.
yeah, it was fun.
Sorry.
Fortunately,
really.
you weren't shooting this morning.
Yeah.
You've been to Antalya so many times. This place is hot. Just give a little description about what this field is, what this tournament is to people who haven't been here.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. Like, I don't know how many years we've come here, but it feels, this is one of the stops, and it's always going to be a stop. And it's just different, like watching the trees grow every year.
Yeah.
And
that stadium, that wasn't here.
The stadium wasn't here. This sport complex wasn't here.
The hotel was different at first.
Yeah, the hotel, like them rebuilding the stairs and the elevator, just kind of seeing everything grow up. We generally have good weather here. You can always expect hot and humid, which this year is actually quite cool, I feel like. And, the finals being on the beach every year, and it's just, I think there's only been one year that we didn't shoot on this field. And I don't even remember the reason for that, but it's good. It's easy to get into. The hotels are nice, and it's a nice, relaxing stop.
But we won't be coming here next year.
What?
We're not.
Brady just said it will always be a stop.
No. It's the European Championships in Antalya, not a stage of the World Cup.
So we're coming.
So we only have 2 stages next year?
You're
I'm
going here. 3 stages. So there's the Berlin stage in Europe. There's one in Shanghai.
Yeah.
And there's a third one.
To be determined?
It's determined, but it's not
You
finalized.
should tell us.
Yes.
Gotcha.
You should tell us.
I'll tell you later.
Aw.
Gotcha. All right, cool.
There we go.
Well, I will go. Sorry, babe. I'll still be here. I love it because it's a relaxing working week.
Everything going to be before the games next year, or are we going to space it out a little bit more?
I think it's supposed to be the stages are before and then the finals after. The games is kind of late.
August, I think, sometime.
Yeah.
The end of August, right?
Yeah.
No, the end of July,
End
the
of July,
beginning of
so.
August.
So it won't be till mid-August till they're done.
Yeah.
It's not like this year where everything's like
Done.
Back to
super
back.
early.
Yeah.
I've seen you more in the last month and a half than I've seen my parents in the last 5
And then we're
years.
going to spend 10 more days together in a couple of weeks, and then are you going to go to Pan Am's or the test event or anything?
You enjoy yourself. I think it's time we took a break.
What about European Games?
No.
You coming? No.
So you're going to be lazy the rest of the season.
Lazy. Wow. Right. So we're gonna have a chat today. But before we have a chat, we're gonna start playing a game. Why are we playing a game? Because you guys do this quite often, right?
Yes, we bring games to every event. It passes the time, and we like to compete against each other, and I like winning, so we play games.
Who wins more often?
Me.
That is a lie on camera.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
One or the other.
No. Lately, I've been luckier.
Yes, lately she's been winning, especially since we started playing Catan. I cannot seem to win Catan.
Why not?
Because I'm just better. You have to think there more.
Yeah, not a thinker, I guess. That's why I'm so good at archery.
No comment. Right, are the cards shuffled?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. This is a rummy style game apparently.
Yes, 5 crowns.
Right.
Rummy style game. We start with 3 cards.
Nice one. So how long have you been playing games at events for?
Since we've been together.
Yeah. We probably play every night. And we started to play like almost the whole American team, or sometimes Slovenians join, or whoever wants. Like you guys joined in China?
China. Well, I think it's something that you don't think about unless you're here. That you spend so many days together. Like it's pretty incredible, right?
Yep. So now you can pick the queen or draw one.
I'm gonna pick the queen.
Queen's worth a lot of points.
I'm a risky game player. No, you have a lot of time in the evenings and when you're not shooting, and what do you do with that time unless it's something like this?
Well, generally, for me, with jet lag, I'm asleep at 7 or 8 o'clock.
And up at 3 or...
No, I sleep quite well until I have to get up. And then...
I think it kind of depends where we are.
Yeah, it really depends on where we are. Try to get school done.
Yeah.
So you were studying business, right?
Yeah.
Is that finished now? Or?
Oh no, I have lots of time, and I struggle with it.
No, you don't. You're doing just fine.
I'm in statistics right now.
Struggling with the work or with the amount of time that you have to spend when you've got the
Winning.
priorities?
See, I said.
I nearly won just before. I know I carry on.
So now
though.
you carry, like, you guys still play.
Okay.
You have another chance.
Well, I'm not gonna win.
Did you discard good?
So I nearly won. This one's the one I needed, and it missed me by one.
So it's over. So you should discard the highest card.
Yeah. So instead of the 4, you want to discard the jack.
So you have the least
that
amount
just
of
saved
points.
you 6 points.
Oh, thanks. Am I having that one?
Yeah.
The 3.
So yes.
So what happens now? Are you keeping score? Do you have the?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Are
the
we-
papers inside.
Okay.
So I have 17. You have 22. And
Cool.
she has 0. But she cheated
Winning.
because she got a joker.
She cheated for sure.
Oh, don't cheat.
So before you played games, what did you do in the evenings?
Well, before. when
How
I was
much? Sorry, what did you have? Don't cheat.
I had 22. You had 7.
17.
Okay, sorry.
You used to drink a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, you've lost a lot of weight recently.
Yeah, but you know the cool thing is I really haven't lost any weight.
Yeah.
I'm just working out 4 days a week. I'm kind of trading muscle and fat right now, so I've been the same weight the last 10 weeks.
Okay.
But I've gone down 2 pant sizes,
That's ridiculous.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Really happy about it.
You had to buy new clothes.
No,
You had the old clothes.
yeah, I have old clothes. I have skinny Brady clothes and fat Brady clothes, so I could just kind of go back and forth.
Where are you now? Transition Brady clothes.
Yeah, transition. I'm at the belt stage or suck it in stage.
The one that's too big is down by your knees, and the one that's too small is.
Yeah.
Who goes first this time?
No,
You do.
You are.
Excellent.
Did you pick?
So we were talking about you've been doing this a long, long time, but what amazed me recently is that you won in Medellin. But if you look back over all your medals, like the amount of events you've done, you haven't won that many times, and I find it quite astonishing how rare like a win is to come by for anybody. Like, does that not get quite draining?
Yeah, I mean, these tournaments, like, our level is just getting better and better, right? Everyone's shooting better. The scores are going up quite high. And it's just getting... It's getting harder and harder to win. And I also feel people are starting to become really comfortable with these sets.
Hmm.
And really, anyone on the field that makes the cut can go up there and shoot 28, 29. And win these matches. And I think it's just trying to concentrate on the ones that you really want to win.
Like me right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not winning.
Yep.
Please, no, that's the wrong one that you discarded.
Yeah. Ooh.
So Chris got a 0. What did you get?
So
8.
you're saying concentrating on the ones you want to win, as in the matches you want to win, the sets you want to win?
No, so like
21 for me.
it's a little bit different now when you could win the World Cup and be in the final. So now trying to concentrate on like what stage is probably going to in your schedule be the best chance for you to win.
Mm-hmm.
For me it was definitely Colombia, same time zone, first one of the season, not tired. Go try to win that one. That's probably going to be your best chance to win it. And then before qualifying for the final, yes, like always want to go and try to win every stage. Go try to go medal and compete your best. But you're also trying to stay consistent throughout the season and try to make the finals on points by being towards the top at every one. And, we travel 240 days a year shooting archery. And, yeah, you try to stay on top at every one of them, but you just, you're not going to. So, like this year, I'm in the final and really looking for world championships. Like, that's my big push.
So does that change now when you qualify for medicine? Does that change your plan for the year? Does that change your mental approach for the year?
Mental approach really doesn't ever change, just because every single tournament, shooting mentally is the same, but definitely the stress and it's like, okay, well, this tournament you have some big travel coming up, maybe not shooting and being out in the sun every single day, all day, try to save energy for worlds, maybe, that kind of thing. Like, your game plan changes a little bit.
But at the same time, I feel we also practice more during the World Cups to try to get ready, since we don't get that much time at home to practice.
Well, these are quite long events, aren't
Yeah,
they? So even
that's
if you're
why.
not in the event, you've got to train.
Yes, and I feel we've been doing a lot more of that, just because, okay, maybe you're tired going into qualifications day, a little more tired, but you gotta shoot arrows to get ready.
Yeah, and really too, they're trying to, on these biggest things, with now how the practice field is set up at these World Cups, like trying your absolute hardest to get into a finals match that last day so you can practice every day. It kind of sucks when you don't make a finals field and you don't leave till Monday, and then you can only shoot Saturday morning, and then you have Saturday afternoon and Sunday off, and then a flight home. You're missing 4 days of training.
So I know a lot of the teams for the Worlds have kind of secured places to train outside of the official venues, and I've always wondered why more teams don't try and find other spots to kind of stay away from the event when they're not in it. Do you think that's a good thing, a bad thing?
I think it depends on where you are. At the games, we almost always have our own private field, and that's nice to Jax. It's always nice. It's always nice at the games having our own field, because if weather or if it takes a long time to get to the venue or something like that.
Winning.
This is not good.
I'm way off.
Oh, you still play?
Chance.
Oh shit! Excuse my French.
So
did you
I'm
discard
gonna give
the
you
highest
one more
one?
free
Oh
one.
yeah, because I screwed up again.
Because you talk too much.
Yeah.
Oh, we got lucky.
Did you get it?
Cheating.
No, but
Cheating.
I got rid of some points.
So you can,
So because those go out, don't they?
Yep.
what do you have?
Well, I got none out.
25, 29.
I've forgotten some of the critical rules of this game.
Yeah, you're not winning.
No, I'm not winning at all. So you were saying about having the games, but you've got your first kind of like big games this year because compound's on the European games.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's different, no?
Yeah, I'm excited. Like, I like the multi-sport events. I've been to, what did I been to?
The World Games.
World Games and another one, the University Games.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been to those and it was always fun, and just being able to watch other sports and compete within other people, like, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
And being part of that kind of that team and traveling with a team that's not just archery, that's very different from what you guys do all year round, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but sometimes I still feel like we are separated, like, from other sports. I feel at the end it's still just us. But we'll see. Every tournament's different, so we'll see. Like I said, I'm super excited.
And I know the kind of the last World Games, we were kind of a bit out as a sport from other sports, and this in Rio we were way over the other side of the city. But in Minsk, I think being on the Olympic Park, you're quite in there with other sports. So that's going to be a different environment, I assume.
I actually don't know a whole lot about it yet, if I'm honest.
No?
Just going event by event.
There's so much.
So much going on. Yeah.
I mean, this year is just
Insane.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I will be home maybe 5 or 6 days until September now. It's just the schedule this year is nuts.
But I have to say I enjoy it.
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
hasn't
I
been
don't
bad.
mind it. I don't feel tired at all. Like, I am still looking forward to other stuff. Like, I feel like the season's gonna be done so quick, and I don't want it. I don't want to
Well-
go back inside yet.
Well, and it's crazy though too. Like, yes, this is the third stage of the World Cup, right? But it's only the fourth outdoor tournament of the year.
Yeah.
That I've shot. So we're still like really feeling early.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, and he discarded?
Yeah.
Cheating. Now he's gonna be winning, because I won't be anymore. Oh, and you pulled it off. Why don't you discard that?
Because I want to discard the king.
No! It's really bad. Oh man, why didn't we end at the end before?
How many points is that?
40.
Excellent.
Wait, no, it's 33 so far. And a
How is
9.
it 33?
42.
Nay.
Yes.
10, 20, 31,
No, 31.
40.
40, whatever. Math is
There you go, statistics. Watch out.
All right, Brady, what did you have? Jack and 3 and 5.
Yeah, Jack and 3 and 6.
Is that 19 or 6? Jack and 3 and 6.
No, because you had 3.
20.
You had three somethings.
I told you what I had.
What did you have?
14, 21.
21.
So what have you been doing in between these events? Have you been
Shooting.
at home
Yeah.
or?
No, went to Slovenia.
We were in Slovenia this couple of days between China and here.
Yes, I went from China to Slovenia. And then we'll go back to Slovenia Sunday night.
For 2 days.
And then, yeah, we fly Wednesday to Florida
For a Gator Cup?
for Gator Cup.
And then back to Europe afterwards.
And then from Gator Cup to World Championships.
He goes straight to but I go to Slovenia
Yeah,
for a week.
Is Gator Cup one of those ones you have to do, or?
We have to shoot all of our events. You could keep 4 out of the 5. You only keep 4 out of the 5 to make the team,
Yep.
to make the World Cup teams. But it should be 7.
Yeah.
But to really have your best chance at them, you shoot them all.
It's not worth missing one. Even
Yeah,
even if
just-
it means flying from Europe there and back again over a weekend.
Well, yeah, because if you miss one because you tried to do something over here instead and then you don't make the team next year, you kick yourself in the butt.
It's a pretty big gamble.
Yeah.
How long have you been on the US team? How long have you been on the Slovenian team?
It's been, my Facebook reminded me yesterday that it's been 10 years since I won my first tournament.
What was that?
Cadet Junior Cup. So Cadet Cup, whatever, I was as a cadet. I won as a
10
cadet.
years. How long have you been on the US team?
2007 was the start of being on the recurve team. I made a junior worlds in 2006, but I've been 2004, I guess, with the compound was my first one.
16 years. So you've been longer on the team in your life than off it.
Yeah,
You should add up how many days you've spent in hotels around the world.
that would be a depressing number. Well, I mean, it's just like, I couldn't believe in China when they announced that was like my 53rd or 54th World Cup appearance. I'm like,
You just kind of stop
"Jeez."
counting.
Like,
How many will you get to?
I don't know. I'm planning on doing this at least until 2028 for the games in LA.
Yeah? That's another 3 Olympic appearances.
Are we gonna ever add compound to it?
Well, if that was my decision,
We would already
we
have
would
it.
already be having it.
Oh, that's good.
Unfortunately, there are larger, more important people than me that have to make that decision. It's a strange, people in archery, they think, why isn't compounding like it's something that can just be decided? But there's this whole infrastructure around it that actually decides what goes in the games. And I know it's very difficult to explain that to people who don't know about it.
We would just need one of the host cities to put it in as an exhibition.
Well, yes, in the last couple of years it's got a little bit easier because the host cities can propose events rather than sports to put in as an exhibition. Who knows? Maybe LA is the one. Would you shoot compound there, or would you shoot recurve?
Dang it, I am picking the wrong cards.
If.
I would look at the scheduling of the
Winning.
event
What?
and dang it, maybe try out for both. Probably still stay recurve, just because the men's compound guys are kind of ridiculous.
So that I get those back, right?
Yeah, and you
Yes.
discarded a king.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dun, 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 dun. 0.
0.
0?
What do you
what's-
have?
Whatever that is.
21,
25.
29, 36.
36. But you still shoot compounds
Every once in a while.
regularly. Well, more because of your fingers before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Now
Yes.
that his fingers are good, he
Yeah,
doesn't
now
have
that my fingers
that
have been
much
good,
time.
I shot it like 2 days before an ASA and then a day before NFA Nationals. Like,
Bit of fun, no?
yeah,
Yeah, now for fun.
now
Yes.
for fun. Because now that I could shoot.
When you guys are training, so you're training compound, you're training recurve, what's it like to train next to each other at home? I assume you train at home together?
Yeah.
Toja actually follows our program, the
Good.
men's recurve program that we do out
Okay.
at the center.
Yeah.
Almost everything.
Let's say 90%.
90%.
Team rounds I don't, or sometimes I join and I'm the third person on
Which
a
makes
team.
it a lot harder to beat that team when she shoots.
And it's so much fun. I love it.
How much time are you spending at the centre compared to being at home?
We've been out there since
Vegas.
Vegas.
Maybe a week before.
A week before Vegas.
That's more than previously, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a house out there.
Why have you done that?
Because we wanted Brady to be the best he's ever been.
Yeah. Go out there and train with the guys.
Take advantage of Coach Lee.
Since
of him
Coach
being
Lee's retiring,
Oh, what?
possibly after the next
there.
games.
It was
So
to
what?
just go and train with everybody and try to make a big push the next 2 years, especially now that my fingers are I'm able to shoot and keep up with everyone, that I could go out there and train.
Because previously at Olympics, you've had kind of a couple of guys who have kind of been doing it the same, maybe not the same time, but the same kind of commitment level as you for a while. But this games, you've got a new guy and some other guys that are kind of not full-time archers. It's a different dynamic.
Yes, we're definitely rebuilding, but the guys that are shooting are working hard, and it is different, but I still have hopes. The games are still a year away, and I have complete faith in everyone that we can get a team going that can shoot 680s again.
And I think
Coach Lee always seems to pull it out. We lose every cycle. We lose 50 to 60% of our top 10 shooters in the men's side, and then somehow get it back.
Fair enough. And so you moving out there to the center again, is that a little bit of helping that team as well, not just helping yourself?
100%. Trying to go out there and push the program, show them the scores that they could shoot every day, and just
I think it's
try
awesome.
to push.
And I think it's awesome because you guys we all just get along.
Yeah.
And I think that's been helping. Like we are hanging out at the tournaments because we hang out at home, and like they're just an amazing group of people. Like nobody's backstabbing or like that. It's just been nice.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So you talk about Coach Lee. What I find quite interesting is I've never seen you really speak at an event, but you seem to kind of have a trust in each other that's quite deep. That's been going a long time, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he definitely in a way was influential on like helping me become a man, because I went out there when I was 17, and then just like kind of helping me transition from a dumb little teenager to acting properly. And you know, he trusts in my shooting, and anytime that he sees something and tells me to do something, I have 100% trust in him to just do it without question.
And how much is there now of that? How much is he telling you what to do in terms of shooting? Because your shooting style, in fact, both of your shooting styles have been kind of there for quite some time now.
It's generally maintenance. When I really do something good like this.
Oh.
Already?
He supports me, and then when I'm struggling, not like this. He just points out things that, I might be struggling with or doing something. He's like, hey, this is what's different today. And it's like, oh, okay.
And you still have that after all these years?
Oh, yeah. We change day to day, and
Use your math.
I mean, 20, 37.
But too, yes, I've been doing this a lot of years, but I'm almost relearning how to shoot this year, because for the last 2 years I've shot 100 arrows a week besides what's at a tournament. So I've kind of lost everything and having to relearn. Mentally I know what to do, but getting my body to fire and do what I need to, because I haven't trained. I haven't shot hardly at all in the last 2 years.
And you can really feel the difference in that?
Yeah. And, the consistency. Last year, shoot a 693 in a ranking round, lose the first match. Shoot just kind of all over the place, right? And the consistency is what I'm getting back. The strength is what I'm getting back. Starting to have a lot less mistakes.
So just explain what happened with your fingers.
We still don't really know.
Okay.
I went to 5 different hand specialists. All of them just told me to quit shooting, which honestly I thought about.
For me, it wasn't an option.
What are we at?
9.
So I had nerve pain in the finger that just wouldn't go away, and then I could never get rid of blisters.
Okay.
So it was kind of just a compounding issue.
One more.
Kind of a compounding issue.
No thanks.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, excellent.
So
no,
we
that's
played
not for me,
that.
that's fair.
Yeah, and we played today already.
I've given her 4 of them.
Oh, what? We
She
should have
loves
sat in
me.
different places. So what fixed it in the end? What kind of got
We
you through?
went to a bioenergetist, a healer in Slovenia, that in 3 days took away all my pain.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. absolutely ridiculous.
What do they do? What?
And he's a very special person. Like
I just need to discard.
he just has an energy that heals people, and just kind of takes his energy and heals you.
Yeah, he just kind of like puts his hands around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can feel it. It's not like nothing's going on.
How did you find this person?
So
Her
like
mom.
my mom finds everything. She has always wanted to live, not just be healthy, because what is even definition of being healthy? Like to live to your potential.
Mm-hmm.
And so she found him years ago, and then we were also trying to fix his thyroid. So that was actually the main reason we went there. I was like, Mom, like that person you said he can fix thyroid, and the Hashimoto disease. So we called, and he immediately accepted us actually into his house.
We stayed at his house.
yeah.
He fed us.
And fed us and did
Wow.
everything. Yeah. So yeah, and he immediately helped him,
Yeah, so he
and his thyroid as well.
yeah, but in 3 days, this was right before the World Cup final last
Yep.
year. And in 3 days, I went with him. I didn't shoot, and the first day on the field, I went and I shot like 350 arrows,
Okay.
and it was just
It just
magical,
came.
like this.
How is this possible? How is it possible that I am so bad at this? Like,
You're not even bad. Like he's just lucky.
I have nothing.
He saved all his luck for this.
You don't even want to win the early ones, do you? But that's still nothing.
It's 6 points less.
So 10, 10, 10, 30, 42.
And then every time we go back now, he keeps working on me and stuff like that. And
So you're going back to him regularly, or whenever you can? Or?
yeah, whenever I can. And then, he took away
What did you?
a lot of
42.
that pain. And then with this new finger tab, that working with True Ball on, like the shape of it and the design of it has let it not come back.
This is hilarious because 1 year ago at this event, you showed me your finger tab, and we made a video on how important it was to have a custom video tab. And then 1 year later, you're working on a tab for somebody else.
But but really,
It's
I mean,
still
they
his
had
custom.
they had some ideas, and when I started shooting the tab, like it just all fit together. And even now, like you could see, like I still have some blisters.
Yep.
But the way this tab is and the material, I could shoot with blisters and it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
So I still have the blister issue, but I'm able to shoot like it doesn't hurt me.
Do you think it's just the amount of time you spent doing it and the amount, like just wear and tear? I mean, you're not a young man anymore, Brady.
I am not.
You're you're not middle-aged yet, are you? What are you? You're transitioning.
I'm transitioning. There you go. Oh yeah, 30. Turned 31 this year.
So do you think it might just be the fact that you've been doing it for that period of time? And
Yeah, I think that, I think that archery being so repetitive definitely you get some repetitive injuries.
Yeah.
And I actually feel quite fortunate that I've been pretty non-archery injury prone.
Okay.
I've had a hip surgery and a knee surgery over my career, but with things that aren't even related to getting hurt in the sport. So it's been nice, but I just think everything's kind of coming together now. And like I said to you earlier in this year, this year I'm still really planning on this being a build year, because I have to learn how to reshoot, getting back in the gym and doing everything again, and really just trying to get everything back together.
and what about for you? What's this year for you?
Like every year, trying to make World Cup final and not be just out again.
It's frustrating.
Yes, it's because I think I'm shooting now the best I've ever shot, and I just been for the last probably 5 or 6 tournaments I would say unlucky, like when you're shooting good and like 147, 148, shoot off a 10 and you're out. Just a little bit of sport luck. But I'm just enjoying that I'm shooting good. Like it's been nice. Just going to the practice range and not have a bad day. Like bad day doesn't exist. So that's nice. And we'll see. Like I will just keep working hard until stuff fall together how I want it.
And she completely rebuilt her shot.
Yeah,
all
in the
last
last
year
and a half.
and things are starting to finally come together.
It's quite a big undertaking
Yeah.
to change everything. Oh, no. So I picked that up from there. I can't take that one now.
No.
Don't pay attention. But yeah, I just keep working hard, stay patient. I think everybody struggles with that a little bit.
I can't remember who described it to me as it's like winning an archery at this level is like flipping a coin and trying to you got to get 10 heads in a row and keeping that going for as long as possible, because at some point the tails are going to come. You know, there's so many people shooting at a high level and so many people lose
Yes.
at every event.
Yes, there are always disappointments, always.
So like, you know, how important is it for you to try and get that peak at the right time? You said this is a build year, and what do you do to try and make sure the next year isn't a build year?
Really just try to get as many arrows in, get as strong as I can in the gym over this next year, and just make it to where, you know, my goal for next year, honestly, and I know it's lofty, but is to get to a point in my shooting to where you step on any field and you shoot a 700 and you change the luck. You make your coin a two-headed coin with no tails. You know, just, I feel like to win in this game now, you just have to become better than everyone else and stay that way. And that's a tall order. I mean, that's extremely tough.
Given, you know, we've talked about the set system before, and you know, it's not just about how well you shoot, it's about how well your opponent shoots at different times. And you said, you know, there is a bit of luck to winning, except when you're perfect. Again.
No, wait. What? Freaking cheating.
This is not fair.
Yeah, that's how he cheats.
I wanted to play Uno as well. So those are okay. How many more rounds have we got?
That was the 10th one, so
Alright,
we
three
need to
more
go to
rounds.
Three more.
I've got
Wait, I have 15.
18 points. 18.
Hey, you did better that one.
I did better that one. Brilliant. Small steps.
But yes, it's, you know, and I feel myself getting better, and I honestly didn't think that my rate of improvement
It's you.
would have gone up as quickly as it has, but you know, practice is always different than a tournament, right?
Yeah.
But in practice this year, I'm shooting more 700s than I have ever. It's almost, when it's calm outside, I could push a 700 every time I shoot. And that gives me hope that by next year, keep shooting, working hard, that, you know, maybe by next year, a 705, 710 every time you shoot is just easy.
But when we're talking about that kind of numbers, with a recurve, that is almost magical. Like, if you think about the maths involved in terms of your release, in terms of your front arm, in terms of your aim, in timing, and in everything, like, it's almost not possible. Like, even hitting 700 is insane.
Yeah, it is.
To get to that kind of level, I mean...
It is. And, you know, it's funny. Like, there was a day last week that just the planets aligned and everything was just perfect, right? And I shot a 714.
That's insane.
And it's just nuts. Just everything hits, right? But everything, like, every shot was good. Every shot fired in the middle. Everything was just in my head how it should have been. And then I shot a 702 and a 697 afterwards, and I was almost getting frustrated because I felt like I was missing everything. But you're really not. You know, it's just on those rare occasions where you don't miss, it just shows you that if you could do it once, you could do it again.
Well, it was kind of like that in. I know you had one that went awry, but it was kind of like that in Shanghai. You're like, and you can see it when someone's shooting that well, right? You can see that everything goes well, and as long as nothing happens, it's going to go in the middle.
Yeah. And Shanghai, I have to say, I was pretty proud. We got
11.
11.
That's 12.
That's
12.
Yeah.
We're skipping.
Oh, all right. We'll
there
just
you
skip.
It's okay.
We'll just skip 11 and go straight to 12.
Um,
That's okay.
and like I actually felt like I shot well in the eliminations in China. I shot 91 set, which was also kind of cool. I think that's the first one I've shot inside a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just slowly working. Hey, it's my turn.
Oops.
She
No,
got it.
but I like.
Is there a fine for cheating in this game?
Yeah.
We'll buy the chais later.
But just really now what I'm focusing on is my own personal goals. Like, where do I want to get? I've come close to being perfect and breaking these records at every discipline now, and I just kind of just want them all.
Nothing big then.
No. You know what I mean? Like, I have that 697, and that's a big score. But I want that 701. I want a 710. Just go break it, make it big. I want that 400 on a field course. And just trying to
600 inside.
yeah, the 600 inside, that one still frustrates me. The fact that Mikey shot it like 7 times an hour, however many times he's done it, is just ridiculous.
I think once you do it and you're capable of doing it, then it's not. Like, it's always hard, but it's maybe not that hard because you believe you can do it. I think there's, in archery, so much about that confidence.
Yeah, when it's
Just
broken the first
knowing
time.
you're gonna do it.
But there's also something about being the first one to do it, and that's much
Yes.
harder always.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
I feel good about this round, by the way. Look at that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
So one thing that I found really interesting, both of you did the shoot like me's,
Mm-hmm.
but what you said in that about how you execute is one of the most interesting things I've ever heard in archery. Like, that you just hold your breath until it goes. Is that really true?
Yes, it is. And really, it gets you in trouble in some instances. But on the calm days, when your body and everything is just doing what you want it to, it's so easy to shoot that way. Your timing is a little less
Critical.
your timing is actually varies a little bit more. But at the same time, you're not really making any mistakes because you're not putting a lot of pressure in the bow in any different direction.
So effectively what you said was that you set everything up, you aim, you're a full draw, and then you're just holding your breath until you expand enough that you hit the clicker and go.
Yes.
Is that right?
Exactly, and it's tension free and it's very relaxing. The hard thing is anytime you get a little bit of wind, or when you get in a little bit more pressure situations, being patient enough for that to happen. So then you almost have to have a secondary type shot.
Again.
No.
A secondary type
I
shot.
got jolly. 0.
This is not going to be 0.
You almost have a secondary type shot that you could be more aggressive with in the wind and still shoot well.
8.
8.
But for me, that secondary shot, I'm a little bit more aggressive. Like, I physically get through the clicker differently, and because of that, can make more mistakes.
Can I, if I'm watching, can I see that difference? No?
Probably not. Coach Lee can't see the difference. It's all internal, and it may even be more of a mental difference in the two shots. But like all my giant scores, the 712, the 711, 710, the 708s I've shot in practice, have all been shooting like that.
When it's calm and when it's...
You know, like how it is right now, I could shoot like this here.
Yeah? Where's your boat?
At the hotel.
Good excuse. Last round of the game, so we'll finish up after this. Toja, let's talk about this year again. Over your...
Sorry.
What are you laughing at?
Because I'm being...
What's this? Is this for me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What's this one?
Yours.
That's for you.
Now I see. You've been world field champion in your career so
Yes.
far. What have you had on the World Cup circuit?
I was second in Colombia that year that we got together.
Yeah.
And then I was fifth a couple times, but didn't get to step on a podium since 2014, which has been kind of annoying. But
Kind of annoying.
Yes,
what a
but I
beautiful
am-
way to describe it.
I am working really hard that would be changed in the future.
What would a success in 2019 look like for you?
Making World Cup final, that would be nice. Stepping on a podium at any of those World Cups and World Championships, definitely. Being on the podium in field at European Championships, European Games. Podium is just always a goal. And that's just it. No matter how many times I'm actually gonna be there, it has always been goal. And I'm always gonna work really hard to be there, because when I stop working hard to be there, then I'm not gonna be here.
Fair
It's
enough.
just that.
Who's goes there? For you, what would be a success?
Definitely another World Cup final win. Really getting on the podium at World Championships, but winning World Championships would be quite awesome.
It's interesting to me that over the years you've had so much consistency at the World Cup final, but the World Championships, it's much more difficult to have that consistency.
Yeah, I think it's every other year. More shooters. I tend to do well at the smaller events. I guess maybe not smaller events, but less people.
Yeah.
And maybe the confidence of how many times you've done it.
Yeah.
Do you shoot better in front of cameras than in matches that are on this field?
Yes. Definitely. I don't know why. There's something about when the camera gets on me, like I have to.
The eyelids start fluttering.
Show up.
Yeah. You gotta show off, or gotta just. I don't know. I always feel like I have to prove myself.
Yeah. Do you think you're unique in that, or you think a lot of archers are the same?
No, I don't think it's unique. I think a lot of people thrive, and I know some people that only shoot their best when they're in the most pressure of situations. Just don't miss anymore, and almost need that adrenaline. Oh, did he do it?
I did it.
Oh, last
I
game.
think I did it.
Well, that's not good if you just.
Did I do it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you did. Good job. Please give something I need. No, that's not what I need. Did you get a 0?
I did.
What did you get?
Not a 0.
Not a 0. Oh, well, not bad. 23.
Yes.
Wow, you tot up the scores. And that adrenaline that you have in the finals, I mean, it's kind of why you do it in some ways, no? It's
Definitely, I think if I ever got to a point where I stepped into a finals match and I just didn't care about it and was just nothing, I probably would stop doing it. You know, then what do you do anymore? If you're not getting excited about it, then why do it?
Talking about getting excited, who won?
Brady.
What?
Brady won.
No,
I'm
that's wrong.
second, and you need to like
Practice.
practice.
I'm only doing 100 games a day these days. I need to get my reps back up. What's the score?
So Brady has 56 points. I have 150, and you have 192. Uh-oh.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
But
good
even
game.
150 is a lot. Good game.
Well, yeah.
Oh, high five. What the heck?
Congratulations. Well done. First big win of the weekend. Of the week. Thank you very much, guys, for taking the time to
Yes,
play a game with
definitely.
me.
Thank you.
It's most pleasurable to take a day out of work just to mess around with some cards.
Yeah.
Good luck for the rest of your week.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Hope it goes well, guys. Thank you very much for watching. The Hyundai Archery World Cup in 2019 in Antalya, the third stage, we finish in a couple of days, and then we'll be moving on to the World Championships, the Para and the Able-Bodied World Championships in Den Bosch in just 1 week's time. It's a busy season. There's still a long way to go, but tune in for the rest of the week and watch the rest of the competition here in Turkey.